Power struggles, fallouts, pure drama. Get your popcorn ready, as this list might just turn out to be a soap opera. Here are the top bust-ups between soccer players and managers. In 2019, during the EFL Cup final between Man City and Chelsea, the match was tied at 0-0 near the end of extra time. Then Chelsea manager Maurizio Sarri called for Arrizabalaga to be subbed off for Willy Caballero for the upcoming penalty shootout. Sarri was concerned over Kepa's leg cramping a few minutes prior after making a diving save. However, Kepa refused to be substituted and remained on the field. Kepa's action led to major drama on the sidelines and stirred Sarri's anger, leading him to smash a water bottle and trying to leave for the dressing room. Poor Willy, set to replace Kepa, was just as amused as the spectators. In the shootout, Kepa saved one penalty, but Chelsea still lost the game. In the aftermath, both Kepa and Sarri said the situation was a misunderstanding, with the only consequence being Kepa fined a week's worth of pay. We guess Kepa said, "Sorry." Mario Balotelli comes across as a child in the body of an adult, with the Italian's stupid actions being completely laughable. No wonder he clashed with his then-manager Roberto Mancini in January 2013. Frenchman and Balotelli's teammate Gael Clichy was coming back from injury, and Mancini had warned his players not to clatter into him. But Mario, oh Mario, oh Mario, the Italian went full Joey Barton, making a strong tackle on Clichy regardless, leading to a bust-up with Mancini. Photographers around the ground were quick to snap up images of Mancini pulling out of Balotelli. Although Mario became the Premier League champion under Mancini's tutelage, after that scuffle, City immediately transfer listed the player and were happy to see him depart. On the other side of Manchester United brought Mourinho and Pogba to the club in 2016 in an attempt for the club to rediscover its mojo. Both the men arrived with big reputations and got off to a positive start, with the Red Devils winning the EFL Cup and the Europa League. However, their relationship soured in 2018 when Pogba and Mourinho clashed on the pitch as United slipped to a 2-0 defeat to Tottenham. Pogba was labelled a virus by the manager, and his actions away from the pitch put him in Jose's bad books. Things never really recovered, with reports always circulating of the duo clashing right up to the end when Mourinho was sacked and departed on his travels in 2018. Talking of travels, Zlatan Ibrahimović is a famously well-travelled player, having won league titles galore and plying his trade among some of the best managers in the world. The Swede has nothing but praise for Jose Mourinho, but when it comes to Pep Guardiola, the roaring tiger within him appears. It all started rather well, with Guardiola willing to get rid of Samuel Eto'o and paying €69.5 million to get Zlatan for Barcelona from Inter Milan. However, with Messi gradually grabbing the spotlight and aiming to play the central striker role, Zlatan found himself alienated. The Swede said he had spoken to Pep just twice in 6 months, to which Pep replied saying, "If Ibra and I have spoken only twice in 6 months, there is a reason, but it's better for the club if I don't talk about it." Zlatan was furious at his treatment, reportedly throwing training gear and verbally abusing Guardiola in one outburst. Ibrahimović described Guardiola as a spineless coward in his autobiography, and later went on to attack the Catalan personally, saying, "Whatever happened, as a coach he was fantastic. As a person, I have no comments about that. He is not a man. There's nothing more to say." A trip down memory lane now as we come back to Manchester in 2003. David Beckham was at the pinnacle of his career when an infamous incident occurred. Beckham and Ferguson hadn't been seeing eye to eye, and United's FA Cup loss to Arsenal sent the manager over the edge. Following the game, Ferguson ridiculed Beckham in the dressing room in front of all his teammates. "Playing at Manchester is a challenge you don't understand. You never listen to instructions," Ferguson is believed to have said. Becks, in his autobiography, stated Ferguson was bullying him, causing the midfielder to lash out with curse words, leading to the flying boot incident. As an angry Ferguson approached Beckham and kicked a boot laying on the floor, the boot flew into Beckham's face, cutting him above the eye. The manager and the player were then pulled apart. A few months later, Beckham was on his way to Real Madrid. The Manchester legends did not part in the friendliest way, but it's believed that they have since buried the hatchet. So, those were the top bust-ups between players and managers that got the attention of the football world. We know we must have missed out on some good ones, but do let us know your favourite in the comments section. And for more exciting content from the world of football, stay tuned to Sportskeeda.